So, tell me about Little Witch Academia.
So, Little Rich Macadamia Nuts.
No, stop! It's Little Witch Academia!
Sorry. So, Fickle Liches from Mesopotamia.
Please! We're not trying to say Benedict Cumberbatch, just move on!
So, Little Witch Academia. Are you happy now that I said it correctly?
Yes.
Good. Little Witch Academia is all about a bunch of girls that go to witch school, which is super exciting because, firstly, I'm a Hufflepuff, and I'm down with going to witch school.
Hufflepuff life!
Woo! Also exciting because I used to run a D&D campaign about a witch girls' school, and there were no girl-on-girl makeouts. And this show is definitely not a hentai, so there's a good chance of girl-on-girl makeouts.
Stop! No, there isn't!
There are no girl-on-girl makeouts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. Hey, Mandy, do you want to talk about your Mabel before we talk about this? Because people are going to be like, hey, you used to run a D&D campaign in a witch girls' school? I bet Mandy played in that, and we're all going to want to know about her character called Mabel, who was super awesome.
I mean, I guess. So, Dylan ran a D&D campaign. It was about a witch school, and I rolled a wizard named Mabel, and she was a lot of fun, had no offensive spells whatsoever, but she was a total nerd and kind of weird, and she had glasses and, like, springy red hair everywhere, and yeah, so Mabel's in this show.
So, we start out with our glorious protagonist, as usual, Harriet Potter. Her thing is that she doesn't know about magic and isn't good at it. There's no reason that I chose the name Harriet Potter, for the record. It's just a random name.
None whatsoever. Very common name.
Absolutely. So, she shows up and doesn't know how to get to witch school because she's a total failure at life.
Wow.
I'm sorry, you're wowing at that. Are you going to disagree with me on this? So, finds a big tree, assuming that's definitely how to get there, and asks some witches that are hanging out how to get to witch school, and they're like, lol, get lost, noob, keck.
Get good, scrub.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Wow.
Go use a walkthrough.
Jesus Christ. These kids are brutal.
So she goes to GameFAQs and looks up how to get to the girls' school. So, then she bumps into her best friend, Mandy from Billy and Mandy, who is being a weirdo god scientist, and she asks her how to get to witch school because she couldn't find it on GameFAQs, and Mandy is like, well, get lost, noob, keck. So, naturally, she becomes Mandy's best friend after this. She's like, hey Mandy, how do mindful fish?
How you get gold?
So once Harriet Potter and Mandy are best friends, she finds Mabel, the ginger, bespectacled nerd. She asks her how to get to witch school, and Mabel is like, dude, this is covered in the intro quest, you just have to get a broom. But that's fine, you can just get on the back of my broom, and I'll carry you there, because we can team up and do this as a joint quest. I mean, we'll only get credited for it once each, so we'll then have to leave and come back again. So they fly to witch school, but because they suck at everything in life, they get lost and end up in the Forbidden Forest. By the way, did I mention that if you're late to your first day of witch school, they expel you forever?
Forever.
That's the only reason that I ended up not graduating from Oxford, so I can sympathise. I never showed up to my first day at Oxford. Admittedly, I never applied to Oxford, which made it much harder to show up to my first day at Oxford. So, they're trying to get to witch school, and Harriet finds the shiny stick. The shiny stick is special because it belongs to her childhood hero, Shiny Chariot, who went to the same school as her, Shiny School.
No, she didn't go to Shiny School.
I'm sorry, she went to Luna Vault.
It's Luna Nova! Jesus Christ!
So, she went to the Luna Flower School.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that one next episode. But Harriet went to the same shiny school that her shiny hero, Shiny Chariot, went to, where she had the shiny rod. But then disaster strikes as they get attacked by a giant chicken.
Was it a shiny chicken?
The chicken isn't shiny.
Well, that's disappointing.
So, Mandy catches Harriet and Mabel in a net, provokes the chicken by tugging its tail, and then runs away. Best friend ever. Then Harriet turns the shiny stick into a shiny bow and shoots a shiny arrow at the dull and not very shiny chicken, and then their professor, not very shiny Chariot, saves them and takes them to school just in time to not get shiny expelled.
Well, I wonder who the not shiny chariot teacher is.
Her name is Not Very Shiny Chariot, so clearly She has nothing to do with any plot-related characters, and she's just a teacher.
Oh, okay, got it.
You know, the funny part is, because we're only covering season 1, that's all she is in season 1. So no one's going to know any different by the end of this recording. Suck it, losers! You're gonna have to watch the show this time! So, they start going to school, and they get to meet the Queen of the Nerds. She's the best at everything, and she uses her hair to express herself, which means she's not very creative. And they find this tree which is wilting, and the Queen of the Nerds decides to kill Dwight on it. But Mandy uses the power of Magic the Gathering to discover that it's not actually sick. It's just got a bad case of butterfly. She tutors for the answer. So I guess she must play blue. Magic the Gathering jokes still relevant in 2019.
They really are.
Then all the butterflies fly away, and the Queen of the Nerd takes all the credit.
Of course.
Hey Mandy, what colour Magic the Gathering deck do you think Harriet plays?
Red.
Why red?
Because she's aggressive as fuck.
I definitely think Harriet plays white and has a bunch of shiny elves.
Oh god.
And a shiny Aerosaur. And a shiny shoal.
Are you pleased with yourself?
I'm very pleased with myself. So then Harriet decides to enter a broom race despite the fact that she can't fly. And she has to try and beat Amanda, best broom racer in the world. So Amanda tries to cheat by stealing the magical, untamable, shiny broom. But it turns out, shock horror, she can't tame it. Who'd have thought she can't tame the magical, untamable shiny broom?
I mean, I don't know.
So Harriet wins because she can tame the untamable shiny broom, and Amanda just ends up coming in second instead.
I thought the Queen of the Nerds won.
She does, because it turns out that Harriet can't actually tame the untamable shiny broom that she tamed. So she ends up coming in second and Amanda comes in third.
Right.
That wasn't difficult to follow, right?
No,
Look, it's really easy. Amanda comes in first, except that she doesn't come in first because she can't tame the untamable broom, so she comes in second, and Harriet comes in first, working with Mandy, who is not Amanda. However, she comes in first because she tames the untamable shiny broom, which she cannot tame, so instead, she comes in second and Amanda comes in third. However, Mandy, who is working with Harriet, who is not Amanda, comes in second with Mandy, and instead the Queen of the Nerds comes in first because she's uncreative. Really easy plot.
Super easy.
Also, this episode is super fun and has a load of really creative ideas. Like the broom that jumps around the map instead of flying.
I liked that one. That one was cool.
Really cool. There's also the steampunk broom with an engine.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Also, Trail of Donuts to lead the fat character away. I would definitely lose a broom race in order to eat donuts. So, this is followed by a few slow-paced episodes that don't relate much to the plot. I know this is going to shock people that I'm saying the episodes I just described relate to the plot, but they're actually all plot-essential episodes, and I've given lots of plot details. Why are you all looking at me like that? I swear it's true! They talk a bit about the Philosopher's Stone, and dragons, and Twilight.
Twilight?
Yes, they talk about Twilight.
They do talk about Twilight. I forgot about that episode.
You remember that one episode where they meet the author of Twilight?
They do.
And Mabel really likes the Twilight series?
She does.
And then the author of Twilight is like, Mabel, you write Twilight now? And Harriet Potter is like, you can do it, you just have to believe in yourself, because she's that character.
I mean, she does that in every episode.
She does. And then Mabel's like, but I don't wanna. So they go through the arduous task of getting the band back together and convincing the writer to write Twilight again. Also, they're all Team Edward.
Oh.
There's also a story about online bullying, which for some reason is a recurring theme of the show.
It's a recurring theme of a lot of movies and shows these days.
I associate witches with online bullying.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Same with video game characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. Look, this is a very 2000s thing. Like, we were both 90s kids, and we grew up with all the anti-drug PSAs, and the anti-cyberbullying PSAs are just like them.
They really are, aren't they?
Yes, hashtag be best.
Winners don't cyberbully.
I know I'm skimming over the non-plot episodes quite a bit, and that makes it sound like they're not very good, but actually it's my favourite part of this show. If I have one major criticism of the show, it's that there aren't enough unplot-related episodes. They're really, really good.
They are. I enjoyed them a lot.
There also isn't enough lack of not having too few double negatives. So then we get back to the main plot, and it's time to introduce a new character. Obligatory obvious romantic lead from the opening credits.
Oh, of course, him! Who could forget him?
We've been seeing him for 10 episodes in the opening credits, and he is the only male character in the opening credits. So guess who the romantic lead is?
That guy. What's even his name? He's so uninspired.
Oh, it's really easy to remember who he is. He's hashtag Team Edward.
No, it's hashtag Team Jacob.
So, hashtag Team Edward shows up.
It's Team Jacob!
And all the witches have a banquet in his honour. I mean, it's a school full of teenage millennial girls. Of course they have a banquet for Team Edward.
Team Jacob!
And Harriet is super excited that he showed up because she's so hashtag Team Edward.
Hashtag Team Jacob!
So she immediately casts a spell on him, and he's like, WTF, mate? And she's like, yeah, I can't undo this spell, so you're gonna have bunny ears and a bunny tail, and you're gonna have to come with me and break into the school's bear fighting arena.
Bear fighting arena?
Yeah, you know, like, I went to a school which had their school pool, and she goes to school that has a school bear fighting arena.
Man, things are different in the UK.
And she's like, so, we need to go and break into the school's bear fighting arena, so I can ask the ultimate divine power why I'm so lame.
That's it. That's her plan.
And then Team Edward is like,
Team Jacob!
will this help me not have bunny ears and a bunny tail in any way? Harriet's like, to the bear fighting arena! So they both go to the bear fighting arena and they fight a shiny bear.
Not a shiny bear.
And he kicks their shiny ass. Fortunately, Professor Not Very Shiny Chariot just happens to be passing by, having no interest in that shiny stick that she's got whatsoever. And she fixes Team Edward's ears.
Team Jacob!
And then she tells Harriet that she's a noob, and everyone lives happily ever after. This gets super important in Season 2, guys. Trust me. I mean, if you want me to talk about Season 2, you should comment below and let us know. Although, I won't be 100% sure you want it, unless you also like and subscribe, so you should probably do that too. And then if you donate money to our Patreon, I'll basically have to do it, because I'll do anything for money. Nothing says do what I like more than cash dollars. Seriously, what want to butt fuck me? Cash dollars.
You are a whore.
Will there be more plot episodes? Will you ever actually find out what the plot is about? And why is everything so shiny? Find out all of this and more, apart from that last one, which I'm still wondering about, next time on My Dumb Boyfriend Can't Write an Episode Less Than an Hour Long. The musical! So, Mandy,
Yeah?
people are going to be wondering, after all the Twilight references we made in this episode, whether we're Team Jacob or Team Edward. I want to clarify for everyone right now, hashtag Team Cedric.
Yeah, Hufflepuff for life!
Yeah!
Yeah, buddy!